It's another beautiful day in North Texas, November something, 10th, 8th, 9th, something around there. Beautiful day, a little cloudy. Just want to welcome everyone to Bob's Pistols and Pay Dirt. We're going to talk a little bit today, and we're going to get to shoot this particular little pistol. It's the Model 13. We'll be shooting it here in just a moment. But first, we're going to go up to the examination table, take a good look at it, talk a little bit about the 38 special caliber, the 357, when it was born, and then when this little guy came about in 1974. So, see you up at the examination table. Welcome back to Bob's Pistols and Pay Dirt, and today we're going to do a review on the Smith & Wesson Model 13. It's a 357 Magnum, and before we really talk a lot about this particular pistol, I'd like to talk about a few things that led up to the 357 and the birth of the cartridge and that type of stuff. The Model 10 as we know it began life. This is the Model 10. This is actually a pre-Model 10. This began life in 1899. And if you think about the history of the United States, around 1900, we'll just say 1890, thereabouts, we started making all the changes from the old black powder to the cartridge style to the new smokeless powder. It was a big time of our history in regards to firearms. So the very first hand ejector similar to this was born in 1899. I believe it came out in a 38 caliber and also a 32 caliber by Smith & Wesson. This particular pistol here is a pre-Model 10, and it's a special little pistol. It's a 38 special. This one is the Model 1905, and it's prior to the year 1955, and 1955 was when Smith & Wesson went to a numerical system. So this is just called a military and police. This particular pistol has the hammer nose, a really nice checkered hammer. It has a pin barrel. It has nice spring ejector. It's got a standard blade sight, fixed rear sight. So this would have been extremely popular for people in the 1900s and on. If you look at the K-frame series, this is a K-frame, that's the size of the frame it is. If you look at the K-frame series, this particular pistol, as far as Smith & Wesson is concerned, it basically reigns king. I believe the Model 10 is still in production today. Not for sure, have to check that out. But I know that this particular model, with different variations throughout the years, has lasted well over 100 years, well over 105 years. If it's still made today, so it's going to be closer to 115 to 120 years that they're still making that. So that kind of reigned king. Moving along, trying to get to this little guy here, the Model 13. About in the 1920s, the people and the military, the police, and just the average consumer was kind of screaming for something stronger than a 38 special. So they needed to develop something stronger. In the 1930s, a few folks got together. Elmer Keith was instrumental in this, and basically what they did was they took a larger frame. This is called an N frame. It's bigger, heavier. They took this larger frame, built it out to incorporate this shell, the 357 Magnum. It debuted in 1935. There were several that were built, test pistols and stuff like this, but it debuted in 1935, and that was the birth of the 357 Magnum, and it was in this particular revolver. This is called at the time the registered revolver, or excuse me, the registered Magnum, and so it was 357 Smith & Wesson Magnum and this particular style of revolver. Very heavy, very durable, great and fun to shoot. When this was built and designed, it was the most powerful handgun on the planet. about 1,400 feet per second and 700 foot-pounds of power. So special revolver. So that's kind of the birth of the 357. And now let's talk just a little bit about this particular model and when it came about. Okay, for Smith & Wesson, the next 357 Magnum to come out was in 1974. It is this model here. It's the Model 13. This was when they were able to take basically this giant end frame with a huge cylinder, super heavy, etc., and with better metallurgy, better metals, hardening process, etc., they were able to contain the pressures of the very powerful 357 round in the smaller K-frame. 1974, this came out. Everybody wanted it. It came in various different barrel sizes. It came in blue, some nickel. The FBI carried this a lot. New York Police Department carried it. Let me just take a look here. I'm looking at my Smith & Wesson book. The French police ordered them. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police. The Anchorage Police, Thailand Police. Lots and lots of police departments ordered these. And they were just extremely successful. Again, it's follows up after this Model 10. And notice how it's got a much heavier barrel. This is a bull barrel configuration that is on all of the Model 13s. And yeah, it's just a beautiful pistol. A lot smaller than the big end frame over here, and a lot easier to carry, a lot lighter to carry. And it's a perfect combination for a 357 Magnum. Okay, so that's all a little bit of history on this. I think it'd be fun to take it out and shoot it. So let's go to the range. I just thought of something real quick. Before we get to the range, I did want to show you this little book. Smith & Wesson has made many of these books. If you do a little bit of research online, let's say on Browning or Beretta, or pick a manufacturer, a fire manufacturer, a lot of stuff you can find online, and you can find it with serial number lookups, this, that, when they were made, how many. Smith & Wesson, I cannot seem to find much of it online. This little standard catalog here has just tons of information. See if I can find a page here. Let's go over here. So for example, here is Smith & Wesson. Tells a little bit about the history, goes into a lot of detail in here. So I would recommend, if you ever want to look up particular Smith & Wesson, to utilize this book, because it's been a great benefit to me. It's written by Jim Supika and Richard, I can't pronounce their names, but yeah, I guess they've been kind of the masters of cataloging all of this stuff on Smith & Wesson. So if you have questions, I think that's the best place to look. Okay, now let's go to the range. Okay guys, we're back here at the shooting table down at our range, and I just want to go a little bit over some of the ammunition we're going to be shooting. This is a 38 special round, nice, light, easy to shoot, fun to shoot. This is a standard 158 grain jacketed lead round. It's a flat lead bullet, and this guy is hot. Full load 357. This is what I carry around the ranch in case we get those wild hogs, wild boars. This little guy here is special. You don't see these very often. This is a super hot load 357 Magnum full metal jacket. These I had loaded up special, I don't remember the year, probably about late 1980s, on a trip to go north to Alaska to Big Goat Lake, and we did bear hunting up there. So obviously we carried rifles, but you do carry a sidearm when you're up there, and I had a 357 Magnum on my hip. So I had these special hot loaded just for bear hunting. So we're actually going to shoot some of these today, so you can see the difference between recoil between this guy and the 38 special. Come on over here just for a second. Let's take a look at some of the guns that are on the table today. This is the one we're featuring, my Smith & Wesson Model 13 357 Magnum. Again, we're going to shoot 357s and 38 specials just a little bit. Over here is a really nice little revolver that I got. This is a Model 586 Smith & Wesson, and it is a beautiful 6-inch revolver. Just thought I'd bring it down and show it to you. Another variant of where this all started from. This is a very special revolver. This actually belongs to my wife. This is her Model 66-2, and for several years back in the mid-80s, early 80s, etc., she probably got this about 1986, 7, somewhere in there. We would go to a gun shooting range downtown Fort Worth, Texas called Shooter's Palace. It was gorgeous. It was beautiful, and had lots of fun down there. And this is where we ended up picking this one up. She's put a bunch of rounds through it, loves to shoot it. This is nice. It's actually got, you know, the adjustable target sights on it, the wide hammer spur, etc. We're not going to be shooting this one today because it's hers. But anyway, yep, just want to let you see a couple other little 357s, Smith & Wesson revolvers, so you can kind of have something to compare them to. All right, let's get to shooting. Okay guys, we're out here at the range, loading up the cylinder. We're going to start out with 357 Magnum, the hot loads, jacketed soft point. These puppies are hot. Eyes and ears on. All right, let's have some fun. Boom. I don't know if you felt that recoil. I did. Pretty awesome. We'll do one more of those later. Let's try some 38 special coming up. Okay guys, a little 38 special. Nice, soft, easy shooting. Let's see if it changes the recoil a little bit. Very pleasant to shoot. Let's do one more of those. Okay, we've got it loaded up, 38 specials. We're gonna go for the smaller target on the right this time. See if we can put a little group together. And we'll shoot double action. Not too bad, a lot of fun. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video today. I sure did. Enjoyed it. It's a beautiful day today. And thank you for watching. If you like these videos, please leave a couple comments or something. Tell me what you'd like to see more of or less of. Hope to see you in the future. Happy trails.